we're so far on time. I'm going to show it later. Okay. All right. Dr. Harding, question number one, Pastor Armstrong, he says that he uses Hillary Clinton's name from the pulpit. Is that illegal to do so when he says that she's a wicked woman and we should not vote for her? Is that illegal for the Pastor Armstrong to be doing that?
No.
Thank you for whoever wanted to know that.
Wow, what a question to begin with. But no, that's not. That's our heritage. In fact, from the 1600s, we've had what is called election sermons. And those election sermons, there were men that preached for and against candidates by name and said this person lines up more with the Bible, this person does not line up at all with the Bible. And so that's a heritage. Now, we thought that somewhere along the line with the Johnson Amendment in 1954 that we couldn't do that any longer, but that's not true. We can, because we're not just tax exempt, we're tax immune because the IRS, says we're tax exempt. No, that goes back to the Constitution that says that we're tax immune. And no church in the history of America that has been responsibly engaged with our government, like your pastor, and preaching for and against people by name, has ever lost their tax exempt status. So it's completely legal, it's constitutional, it's historical, and it's biblical.
So therefore, I reiterate with an exclamation point that we should have no business ever considering Hillary Clinton for public office.
That's right. Amen.
No.
That's right.
She's wicked and she's evil and corrupt in every man.
That's right. Amen.
We had 2 or 3 questions on this line. There's supposed to be anywhere from 100 to 250,000 refugees. Will this still go forward with the incident in France?
Well, we're hoping that it doesn't. And out of that amount of refugees from Syria, over 70% of them are young men that are not vetted. So what we need to do immediately this week here, beginning tomorrow, is start calling our representatives and telling them to stop this madness. It's madness. Because if we allow all of these Syrian refugees to come here, one of the men that was responsible for the terrorist attack in Paris was a recent Syrian refugee. Mm-hmm. And that is, complete insanity.
Yes.
So we need to start calling. You want something to call about? There you go. Call your 2 state senators and your district representative in Washington, D.C. and tell them whatever they need to do, they need to get that out. Because if they don't do something to get that out, we have a vote coming up, and very kindly, you might say, we might just vote you out.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
A couple questions about the president's uses of executive orders. It seems like he is unchecked on his executive orders. How is it that he can be giving aid to people who are not even citizens of our country? And is it illegal for some of the executive orders that the president has been issuing?
Every single executive order that the president has been given, as I've already showed you in the Constitution, there's only one branch of government that can issue anything like that. And those executive orders are way out of bounds with the Constitution. Only problem is, he's not the only one that's done that. Bush did that. Both of them. And even Reagan did that. So, you see, these men that are good men can get out of line too. And the reason why he's allowed to do this is because we, the people, have not been putting them in check. And it's up to us to hold them accountable. And if we don't know our Constitution, who is going to step in? So it's supposed to be from the people to the government. We're supposed to be self-governed. We gave that up. It's time to reclaim it again. And the way we do it is by learning our Constitution, then putting what we've learned into action. And I recommend this book as well, called The Original Argument, and it is the Federalist Papers put into our vernacular. The Federalist Papers, written by 3 men, 3 of the founders, are so boring it'll bring you to tears, okay? But it's still good to read, but it explains the Constitution. This book, called The Original Argument, which is the Federalist Papers, will give you an understanding of the Constitution. And so I would suggest you get that as well. Okay.
Many churches and pastors have an attitude, all is lost. We're at the end times. America's doomed. Is it too late? I think the message tonight answered that.
Exactly. Yes, it's not a cause to capitulate. It's an opportunity to occupy. And we were talking about this over lunch. Luke 19:13 says, occupy till I come. And occupation is a military term. When you negate the law of the land, you impose your law. And that's what we've done here in America. We need to continue to do that. Because, look, we have people from other countries that have lived under tyranny. They have so much more than we do, okay? And the reason why is because they've lived without liberty. And we need to hold on to that with everything